Holy shit, folks. This is Chaos, and we have Game 3 of Stephano versus Lucky. And what a finals for Zerg vs. Zerg. Well, I'm not going to bullshit you. The first two games have been pretty lackluster. Well, I should say pretty typical Zerg vs. Zerg, ending pretty quick. We have the map is Daybreak. Pretty new map for myself to see. It's more of a GSL map that was added to the pool. But I've seen it quite a bit in this tournament at this point. It's a 1 vs. 1 map. Pretty easy to take natural. Third's a little bit further down the way. Interesting placement of the Zelnaga Taverns. But on the right position is Lucky, and on the left position is Stephano. And it's really been interesting to see when these guys are taking their pools, and that's really been indicative of their plays. In the last game there, Lucky thought he would try to catch Stephano off guard by taking that 10 pool, but Stephano was right on the money, throw down a 14 pool like normal, and really was ready for it. He didn't try to go greedy for hatch first, and Stephano has really shown his experience in this matchup is a lot more refined than Lucky's, and he's just been really just beating him in every encounter. And it looks like Lucky is going to do a gas and then pool. And Stephano sends out this first drone, really just trying to scout out what's going on here. And this is pretty crazy because the hatch first has went down for Stephano. And he's just been so effective with the scouting and right up front. So now Lucky's forced to go into 14 gas, 14 pool. And really, the pool is not going to be too far behind here for Stephano. So now he's going to have the second hatch up pretty quick. And he's going to have his pool not too far behind. So he's going to have the economy and the units behind it. And he's really gearing up for a strong start of the game here. Well, as strong as the start of the game you can have in a Zerg vs. Zerg matchup. It's still pretty volatile, especially once the banelings get involved. Sometimes you see the players decide to go for a roach warren instead of a baneling nest early, and that can make some interesting decisions there. But let's see how this plays out. It looks like 6 lings are in production, as well as speed is starting for Lucky. This is the first time Lucky has got that speed before Stephano. Another queen is on the way. And we're going to just see how Stephano can deal with the pressure. 4 lings are on the way, but Lucky is finally showing down his own hatchery there, so they're both going to be on 2 bases. And it looks like this initial ling force from Lucky will get cleaned up, because Stephano's going to be ready to intercept it. So you might find Lucky just pulls those lings back and decides to save them. No speed's been started for Stephano yet, but he's just starting to get some saturation at both bases. And he just has to stabilize. If he can stabilize on these 2 bases early, it's a pretty big advantage. And he's got a spine crawler coming, so it's about to finish. And he's got the queens there to fight this off. And now he's got the spine crawler done. He's got the queen on the ramp. He's just in a great position here. And Lucky won't be able to break this too easily. And it looks like Lucky's being ahead on all the tech because he's thrown that baneling nest down at this point. He's got that hatchery about to pop. So Lucky's still in a pretty good position in this match. Drone counts are about the same. So right now Stephano has a bit of a lead, but it's not as significant as the other games. But Lucky's going to have a pretty timing window here with those banelings. So it's going to be interesting to see how he decides to attack here. Now, if Lucky decides to overcommit here and just tries to make a lot of lings and banelings, he'll most certainly lose. But if he can keep his units out front and really try to put some pressure on Stephano and make him overcommit on units, he can start to even the tides. Or if he wants to take a 3rd base behind this while trying to do a contain, that's another option he can have. It's just going to really come down to a few key decisions here. That's kind of one of the issues with the Zerg vs. Zerg matchup, is sometimes it comes down to only 1 or 2 decisions, and that can decide the whole game pretty quickly. Stephano's finally getting his speed about halfway done at this point. And really, it's pretty smart. He didn't need the speed up front. And really, whenever he's ready to move out here, he's going to have speed behind it. And he's just got 7 drones up, so he's been pretty diligent about just making a lot of drone numbers. And now he's got 20 lings on the way here. And Lucky is trying to get the Evo Chamber behind this, so he'll try to take an early upgrade advantage. Which is kind of interesting, because in the previous game, Stephano was the one who had the huge upgrade advantage. So it looks like Lucky's trying to copy his build a little bit. But it's not as crisp here. And it's going to be pretty close still. Stephano is a little bit ahead in food here, has a little bit better in production. And we have range attacks going for both players, so obviously we have some intent for going in the roaches here. Wow, Stephano's supply blocked pretty hard, which is a little weird to see on this kind of level of game. Lucky is going to try to go for a third here, so like I said, it's one of these kind of options that you can take here. Both players throwing Roach Warrens within seconds of each other. And Stephano is like right in, and this could be huge. And he's really taking advantage of the units being at that third there. And he's starting to get some key. Oh my god. Huge Banelings, and this game's almost pretty much over. He's killed 16 workers right up front. He just needs to hold at this point. And the Roach Warren goes down. And really, Lucky's stuck on just lings at this point, and he's pretty much done at this point. And he's going to lose even more drones, and Stephano's just going to transition in the Roachling at this point. His +1's about to finish, and that was such a great play. And now this third base is going to be sniped down in a minute. And Stephano's really gearing up to take a very convincing third game. And I'm not sure how Lucky wants to try to get back into this. He's almost being doubled in food, and he's being outplayed here. The Frenchman is definitely pulling it all together and gearing up to be the champion here. Lucky just making so many mistakes, and this hatch is almost finished, and the hatch drops, so every potential lead that Lucky had here in this game has been taken out. He's lost the Roach Warren, he's lost a ton of drones, and now he's lost a third, so I'm not sure how he's going to transition here. In the meantime, Stephano has got his lair up, and he's getting that roach speed on the way, and he's just starting to pump out mainly roaches and lings at this point. And he's going to probably gear up to do the kill here in the next minute or two. Getting these rocks out of the way and getting the channels for units opened up. And Lucky is going to be in a lot of trouble. He needs to put down a lot of spine crawlers and try to stabilize. But it's going to be tough because Stephano's now on 3 bases. And that Roach Warren is really just started again for Lucky. With these roaches with the +1 attacks, they actually kill the lings in 2 hits instead of 3. So he's going to be so far ahead in any encounters. And we're almost at the doorstep of Lucky. He's going to need so many spines. I don't think 3 are going to be enough here, though. And these Banelings are pretty worthless against the roaches. The speed's about to finish here. And the Banelings go to waste. And really the spines are being targeted down here. And it should just be a matter of time before Lucky has to tap out of this. And it's going to be another victory in GG. And Stephano takes it to 3-0, and he's going in for pretty much a clean sweep here. This is a best-of-7 series, so we'll be seeing if Stephano can close it out 4-0 and be the first winner for a big French team to bring that prestigious IPL trophy home and take 30 grand with them in the meantime.